Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the This is the Music Meets Podcast, an independent podcast show that's dedicated to introducing you to rising indie and alternative artists from across the UK and Ireland. If you're new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment, as I would love to hear from you. All right, then, let's dive into it. This is episode 151. And I'm delighted to be joined by one of the most exciting emerging bands coming out of Sheffield right now. They've just released their electrifying new single, Hold On, and they blew the roof off of the allotment stage at Why Not Festival last week. So it is a real pleasure to welcome Ethan and Jamie, who are, of course, from Cruz. Chaps, thanks very much for joining me on the latest This is the Music Meets podcast. How are you both doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
and saying such nice things about us.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to have you here, and I've been sort of following you quite closely, really, from the debut single back in 2022, which time seems to have flown by since those early days.
Yeah, I mean Jamie was there more than I was.
I was. Well, we didn't play a gig until the September. That's when Ethan came in. But yeah, I think I started with the boys. I think it was around Christmas time. It must have been just literally at the very start of 2022. So yeah, no, it's flown by.
Yeah, sure. And for both of you, then, kind of like what drove you to sort of want to be in a band and obviously be making music?
I think for me, I didn't even know that I wanted to be in a band when I became part of the band. I hadn't been playing for that long, and it kind of like came out of nowhere. It was such a weird situation for me of like how I've met these people, like the links. I mean, it's uni, so you meet people. That's when I met them. Was it when I was at uni? So you meet loads of people, but it did go from like I've started playing, like learning to play bass. Oh, do you want to play in a band? Oh, we're in a band now. Oh, we're playing shows to quite a few people now. We're releasing songs. We're going to the studio, and it's all like gone so quickly from not really knowing that I wanted to be in a band. So suddenly being in a band and doing all of this stuff, it's been a crazy journey for the past 3 years.
Yeah. And has it been as much of a whirlwind for you, Ethan?
I played a lot when I was younger, and then I sort of lockdown came in. It's probably a time where you either like really dug into it or really pulled out, and I just stopped playing, to be honest. And it wasn't until Jamie sent me one of my old schoolmates sent me a text being like, "Mate, do you still play drums?" Like a friend from work's looking for a drummer, and then it's just really picked up. So like, yeah, I guess the last 3 years has been a bit mental, really. But it's been one of the best things that's happened to me, really love it.
Yeah, sure. It's it sounds quite crazy, but also very exciting at the same time. So let's fast forward then to almost to the present day, because obviously your brand new single, Hold On, is obviously out now. It came out just a short while ago. And for those that are listening to or watching this episode on Spotify or Apple Podcast, you'll be able to hear the single at the end of the episode. So do stay tuned for that. But Jamie, I'll come to you on this one first. Can you maybe just sort of give us a little bit of insight into the song, and what kind of like was the inspiration for it?
So I think we started writing this one. How long ago was it now? Probably about 6-8 months ago. I don't know. I think we had a little bit of a period where we were coming off of the back of the EP, and we'd done a few shows, and we were like, right, we need to crack on and get some songs written. And this was the first one that kind of stuck with us when we started writing. I think we saw like a lot of potential in it, and we slowly built it up together. We took on a bit of a different writing approach from when we did the EP. It did feel a bit different, the way that it all came together. We started using garage band or off Ableton and started actually like tracking the songs and building up like that. And I know like there was a point where we were kind of practicing it in the room together, and there was something like it felt good, but there was something not quite on with it. And then Ethan and Tom had a session where they kind of recorded it all up onto Ableton. Mm-hmm. And then Ethan worked some magic and kind of put some of his roots into it a bit. And then it like when we came and listened back to it, we were like, right, like this is pretty cool actually. And then we were just like, right, now we have to figure out how to play it live. Yeah. And then that came together, and then took it to the studio. Working. It just all came together in the studio. And our boy Quinny, he just sorted it out, took our idea of what we had on the demo and just turned it into what we've got now, and we're like really happy with how it's come out, to be fair.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, note the listeners wouldn't have seen that, but Ethan, when Jamie was saying there that you sort of turned your little roots into it, I could just make out there was a bit of a wry smile there. So you're pretty happy with how it come out for you personally?
Yeah, I think sort of every song is been getting closer to, I don't know, I don't feel like we've achieved yet what this can be. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we're moving slowly. I think from the EP and then Play the Game, which came after that, and now this, I feel like we're moving towards sort of how maybe we hear ourselves in our head but can't quite what would you say like build in reality. Yeah but we're getting closer, which is fantastic, because I think we're getting better and better as a band and as, you know, writing together. So yeah, I think this is definitely the one I'm most proud of today. And yeah, let's just hope we keep going in that direction.
Absolutely. Obviously for this track, I don't think it's been released yet. But obviously you're putting it out on 7-inch vinyl, which I believe is obviously your first physical release as a band. So why hold on? I mean, obviously you're both saying there that it's the track that you're both most proud of, that Cruz have put out so far. So is that kind of like why you went down the route of a 7-inch for Cruz for Hold On for Cruz, and kind of like as well, what does the sort of vinyl format mean to you as a band in 2025? Do you think it's still relevant at the minute?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like it just felt like the right time for us. We've kind of been, I don't know how to explain this. Like, with everything with the band for us recently is becoming a lot more serious, and like we're thinking of also the business side and having fun. We've got Tyler who's come in. Don't even know how long he's been with us now. Probably like 6 months.
Yeah.
Time
great
flies.
Guy,
like
Tyler.
I lose time. He's a great guy, but he's coming in to manage us. He's coming in with ideas, and then he put it forwards, and we were just like, you know what, like it's probably not something we were really like focused on, but it did feel like the right time to do it. And they've arrived today, and he's been sending us some videos over of him. Them on his turntable, and mate, they look class. I don't even know if I caught him sending the final design in, but he's put some photos like of us on the actual like center of the vinyl. When it spins around, it looks brilliant. Yeah, man. They moved as well. Like when we put it out, we kind of put it out for a bit of feelers, like, oh, like, have we got interest in this? Like, do people want vinyl? And yeah, we were really happy with how well like the response was, to be fair. So it was a bit of a no-brainer once we got that response to go on and print them. But yeah, exciting stuff.
Yeah, sure. And Ethan, obviously, the B side, obviously the vinyl, it's a live version of California, which was obviously recorded at your big headline show. Sorry, excuse me. Recorded at your big headline show in Manchester earlier on this year. So why did you choose that particular track, and kind of like what sort of, I guess, like kind of energy and sort of emotion does the live version of California bring compared to the the studio version that you released, to say, back in 2022?
I think it's a real. Well, I mean, to be honest, I didn't know that they were getting recorded that night, and so I think that's probably the most like real you can get to how we sound live, because that was just how we were playing live that day, and like we didn't even know that it was getting recorded.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a great representation of one side of the gigs. I think our like, quite upbeat, energetic tunes are a great side to the gigs, and a great energy. But I think a tune like California's, it's really like, I think like maybe a year or two ago, and like Jamie can help me on this, but we sort of half fell out of love with playing it.
Right.
And then it wasn't until like people started like
think
actively
why not?
enjoying it at gigs that we like sort of really fell back in love with it, and now like we can't play a set without playing it now.
So a proper fan favorite then.
It's like just I think it really surprised us how much like people enjoyed it and like sung along to it. And I think that's a lot of people's favorite song of ours, like a lot of like our mates' favorite song as well. So I think it's a nice one to have on there, and as like a I think it being on vinyl is cool as well, because it's like the only like tangible thing about modern music that you can hold.
Yeah.
Like no one does gig tickets anymore; they don't exist. CDs and stuff is like, because of streaming, is like a really dying thing. So having something tangible, like all these like, I've been playing drums for 15 years, 14, 15 years, and this is the first thing of my drumming live that I can hold, which is insane. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting mine. I might drive around to theirs tomorrow and pick it up.
Yeah, well, hang on. What's this about me being recorded? I didn't know. What's going on?
And I pay for postage. I'm gonna have to drive around and pick them up and send loads out, and I pay for postage.
Oh, brilliant. And Jamie, you were saying, I think you started saying about why not. So was that why not last year?
Yeah,
that you brought back
no.
into the set then?
So 2 years ago we played it at Why Not, and I think that was our first big festival that we'd done, and there was a lot of like everyone who came to see us that night or daytime. It was like a Thursday evening, but they hadn't really seen us before. Like we didn't recognise them. Like lots of gigs we've been playing before, we had familiar faces. Like we kind of knew friends of friends and stuff like that. This one was like quite a lot of people who we'd never seen before, and it was really surprising. But when we got to California, that was when they were like singing it word for word, like people I've never seen before in my life, and I was like, wow, like it's a bit special, you know what I mean? And then after that, at like gigs, especially like ones around Manchester, I think like lots of Sam's friends have a big connection to that song. They love it. So yeah, it's just a staple now at the gigs. It has to go in the set because it's just such a good vibe.
Yeah, sure, okay. And obviously with Hold On, you've obviously released some behind the scenes footage of the music video that you've got coming out for it to help promote the track. So kind of like, what's the concept behind it? And how did the shoot go? Is that the first time that you've been involved in a music video before?
We did one for Play the Game, but was similar but a bit different from this one. But yeah, we drove up to Manchester for it, and I don't know if you've seen the videos, the behind the scenes, but we were having a bit of a bicker at each other,
Yeah,
because because we were running a little bit late and we didn't have time to get breakfast on the way. So we were all a bit hangry at each other, and we were like, oh, we'll just order it there. And then like we drove past the Mackey's, and then by the time we got there, the window for Mackey's had closed, I think. Like we couldn't get breakfast from Mackey's delivered. So then we were upset about that. And then, yeah, it was a stressful morning. But once we actually got into it and started recording it, it all cleared up. I got everyone a Greg, sorted everyone out with a Greg. So we were all happy by 11 o'clock. So it was okay.
And how's it for you, for Ethan? Was it all smoothish apart from the breakfast incident?
We're lucky that it's not live audio, because you could have heard my tummy rumbling over my drum kit. And I was trying to hit hard to make it look cool on the video, and that's how loud my tummy was. But I don't hold grudges personally, so that's fine. Nah, it was really enjoyable experience. It's Neil from we know him from Aggressive Management, which is what Tyler is from as well.
Yeah.
And he's sort of massive with, do you know October Drift?
Yes,
I know. Yeah, know them. Yeah.
So Neil's massive with them, and he did the Play the Game video as well, and he's just great. He's just really, really sound, but like sort of pushes you, but also is like well aware that we're like complete novices at like stuff like music videos and stuff. So he's like soft, but like very helpful. But no, really enjoyable day, to be fair. Like, yeah, I think Neil's hilarious. So I think and he's come out good. He's come out really good.
Yeah, good. Well, do you know when it's coming out? Can you reveal that yet, or because I'm looking forward to seeing it?
I'm pretty sure. Is it out?
It's out.
Yeah,
it is out.
Let me just double check before I I'm like 80% sure it's out.
You know what? This whole release happened over Why Not? So the tune came out on the Friday.
Yeah.
And we arrived at the festival on Thursday and Friday. So we completely missed because we had no signal. We had no idea if the song went up. It took until about Saturday, coming back to our tents after the headliners, for us to check that it was on Spotify. Like we were just like so blind to it. We just had no idea what the crack was. We had to get onto the special Wi-Fi just to check that our song had like actually gone up and like hadn't like put up some like we hadn't uploaded the wrong file or whatever. But no, it's up there.
The music video's up as well. Same day, yeah. It's on our YouTube. So.
Right, brilliant, great. Well, I'll put that link in the episode bio, and I will go and have a little watch of that later after we finished today. But kind of like you did sort of touch on it a little bit earlier about your sort of writing process, but looking across your releases, you know, including your EP that you put out, If Not When, and obviously the corresponding singles, you know, such as Make It Right and Disco Colour Beams and Play the Game, and obviously now Hold On. Obviously just a few there. Kind of like, how then do you feel that your songwriting and sound has kind of like evolved over that, you know, sort of 2-3 year period as a band?
I think we're making sort of more conscious decisions with stuff. It was great when we first went into the studio with Alex Quinn, so that was for Play the Game. I mean, he's just an incredible producer. He works out of Kempston Street up in Liverpool, and like just taught us so much in like the span of 2 days. Like, just completely changed the way that we thought about writing songs and like what parts should go where and why they should go there. And I think Hold On was another step in like writing. Having spent that time with Alex, like we wrote with the sort of things that he had taught us in mind.
Yeah,
and I think Pushing On will probably have his voice in our head, like still, because I think it's gone pretty well. But
yeah.
he's just a wizard. He's fantastic.
Just to like add to what Ethan said, like I feel like when we went to the studio the first time with Alex to play the game, we ended up changing the structure of it quite a bit. So I think in the back of our mind when we were writing Hold On, we were like, right, how are we going to make this so when we go to the studio it doesn't kind of get changed again? We want him to be like, yeah, like this is what you need to be doing, you know what I mean? Trying to learn from that, the experience the first time and put it into this one. And like, I don't think really there was anything major that changed when we actually came to recording it this time. So it's like definitely a step in the right direction for us in terms of how our writing is structured. So super happy with it.
Yeah, sure, definitely. And let's just move away from the studio. Let's talk a little bit about Cruz and live music. First of all, I just want to go back to September 2024 when you obviously headlined the iconic the Leadmill sold out hometown show, obviously. I'm guessing that you must have seen hundreds of bands there, you know, growing up until that moment. So kind of like then, how did that moment feel for you? You know, playing such a famous venue, as I say, and sort of did you approach it any differently from any of your previous shows that you'd done up at that point?
I think personally, I was born in Sheffield and have lived here all my life, and I've not been prouder of doing a gig than playing the Leadmill. I think I can't remember what age I was when I saw my first band at the Leadmill, and me and a group of friends have probably gone at least every 2 months to something that's been there since that day, probably.
Yeah.
So to play there was like really validating, but also like the most imposter syndrome ever. It's just fantastic. I mean, I think that building for everyone just means so much. Like all my schoolmates, like loads of my schoolmates came in. My mum and dad's like second or third date was at the Leadmill. Like loads of my mates' mum and dads met at the Leadmill. And we were so close to doing main room, which is like so gut wrenching, but not to take away from network. Everyone get your tickets now.
It's
gonna be an extravaganza. Can't lie to you. It's gonna be a movie. But yeah, I mean, I think that was the most. I think we were just so well oiled at that point, and I think the set list was the best we could have possibly done at that time, and I think we just played great, and we had the best time. And it was like, yeah, it was just fantastic. It was like that. I think that's one of the best nights we've had as a band. That Leadmill gig, I think it was just fantastic.
Yeah, sure. And Jamie, how was it for you?
I was pretty smashed. I'm not gonna lie. It was great. I think because something like is very memorable for me was my dad came down for it, and he'd come to our first one that we did at Sydney Matilda, and I remember standing on stage and just the reception from the crowd that we got in that Leadmill room, and seeing him at the side. I was like, I bet he's thinking, what the hell has happened this past year? Because it was miles above that first show we did. Like the first show went great, sold it out as well. But I don't know, it's just the room was absolutely rammed. Everyone was jumping around, and it's just like the energy was just insane then. And I was just thinking like, yeah, like this is nuts. And I know, but he's looking at it like, what the hell's going on? Like his boys mate down, and he's what's going on here? These boys are taking it seriously now. So yeah, no, it was a great night. Yeah, it was a great night afterwards as well.
That's what we like to hear. That's what we like to hear about the after party. And Ethan, as you just mentioned there, obviously your next, or one of your next live shows, you're going to be headlining Network in November. So obviously, you've been doing this for a little while now. How then do you approach building a headline show when, obviously the fan base is growing now and obviously people are sort of getting to know a little bit more about Cruz? So is there like added pressure on a show, the biggest headline show to date, I believe I'm right in saying? So yeah,
Yeah.
what's the approach? Is there any added pressure on you now?
I'm not, I don't. I think this far out, maybe not feeling it as pressure. I think, I mean, not to bring it up again, but I think the Leadmill had like a real. The room just spoke for itself, and was going to be incredible. And now that it's moved, that's on us now to elevate the show to where it would be just as hopefully enjoyable as the Leadmill name would just carry it to be. So I think there's things that we're thinking and talking about to try do that to make it, way more special than just any other gig. But I don't think it's pressure so far. I think it's very enjoyable to sort of think about how we can make the live show a lot better. But yeah, I mean, probably closer to the time it'll feel like pressure. It's only because we've got like months to mess about with stuff. But it'll be fine. It'll be more than fine.
Grand.
And obviously, as we mentioned earlier on, you obviously was at Why Not Festival last week, and obviously you was over on the This Feeling stage over on the allotment tent. So that was obviously Sunday that you headlined there. So what was that experience like? Last on a Sunday evening over in that tent.
It was really good for us, to be fair. Like, I mean, I think some of us were feeling a bit worse for wear after the 3 nights that we'd spent there already. Yeah, I might have got a nosebleed about 10 minutes before we were meant to be going on, which was great fun. But yeah, no, we had a brilliant slot on us. Like, I think we were all excited for it the whole weekend after we kind of checked where everyone else was on and if we were clashing with anyone, and we got really lucky with it, to be fair. Like, we had a great slot. The place where the stage is, the allotment, it's kind of near the quarry, which is the second stage almost of the festival, like the second biggest. And there was Seb Low on before us and Circa Waves on afterwards. So you got two big indie bands in the scene, and they're right next to us. So we were getting excited, thinking, yeah, right, like we're going to get a load of traffic come over out of Seb Low straight into us, straight back over there for Circa Waves. And it worked out. Like, the tent was packed out, though you can't really see that much on stage when the light's in your eyes. But from what I saw, it was absolutely chocker in there. So, but yeah, no, it went down a storm, and it was really good. I felt better when I came off and when I went on, I'll tell you
that. and Ethan, what did you get to, anyone come up to you after the show to sort of, give any feedback on it? Anyone that had been watching it at all?
There was a man in a dressing gown, and I can't remember his name. But if that's you, I met you before the gig, and I met you after the gig. And there was 4 blokes in dressing gowns, but this guy had a big ginger beard. So if my little guardian gnome angel is out there, please DM a band account and get in touch. I think it was great. I think the crowd was less groggy than we probably thought they might be, and I think we got really lucky with the weather, that there was like a 100-mile-per-hour tornado warning or whatever for the Monday. So we were like scared that was going to come in, or people might try leaving the 89th minute and beat the traffic or whatever. But it was all right. Yeah, it was really good, really good.
Yeah, sure. And you've obviously also as well been confirmed to go and play the This Feeling by the Sea sort of showcase up at Bridlington Spa at the end of this month. So how excited are you to be playing, such an iconic seaside venue?
Yeah, we're really, really excited for it, to be fair. It's our first, like, we've played a few shows in places that I thought were going to be by the sea. And we've got there and realised we were miles away from the coast. Like when I heard Hull, I thought, yeah, I thought Hull was gonna maybe have a beach or something. But yeah, this one I've heard is actually by the sea. So I'm excited to see the sea. But yeah, no, it's there. We were speaking to Lucy and George from This Feeling over the weekend about it, and they've been telling us about how good it is, and like the staff who were at the venue, they're great, and we get meal vouchers and drinks, and it's going to be a great day out. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good one. So yeah, it should be a really good one.
Yeah, definitely. And Ethan, the lineup, as often is the case with This Feeling, either festivals or obviously, I think this is the third year, I think now they've done the at Bridlington Spa. So absolutely phenomenal lineup again. Are there any artists in particular that you're looking forward to trying to catch? Anyone you've not seen before, or just looking forward to seeing again?
I think what's great is there's a lot of sort of people that we've like kind of been sort of just missing in points, and like have wanted to see because they're, peers on This Feeling, but not being able to catch. I'm really looking forward to, I think I just missed Finn Forster at Why Not. I think he was on the same day as us. So I think that should be good. But I think what's great about This Feeling is you can just sort of put your trust in it, and just like everyone, like no one's going to be abysmal. Like
definitely,
I think because it's a real sort of honor to be picked to be on that, because it's a small thing. There's only sort of limited places of people that they could have booked. So to be asked to do it is great, and to run off stage and go straight for a swim is going to be
what a plan.
It's going to be just what we need.
Brilliant. I love that. Looking ahead to both that show at Bridlington Spa, because you're playing on the Friday, aren't you? I believe
Friday, yeah.
So looking ahead to that show on the Friday at Bridlington Spa, and obviously the headliner that we just mentioned there at Network in Sheffield in November. Maybe for like listeners, or This Is the Music listeners that maybe haven't seen Cruz live before, what kind of show can they expect from Cruz, obviously?
Just, I think I think we're quite an energetic band. I think maybe it's quite clear that we don't take ourselves too seriously as people, which I think is probably one of our strongest characteristics as a band. Like we're very just there for having a great time and seeing what we can do. And I think it's just a really enjoyable set. A lot of energies. There's peaks and troughs, but yeah, hopefully people just come away thinking that they want to check the things out. I think we're a close representation of live to the recorded version. I think that's something that we really pride ourselves on, is sounding like the singles and the EP and stuff. If you like what you hear on Spotify, it's just that but louder.
I like that. Is there anything you want to add on that, Jamie?
I think that's spot on, to be fair. Like we're always down for a chat before and afterwards as well. Like we love meeting everyone in the crowd, really getting involved with that, and yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think, especially if the weather holds up.
Yeah, definitely. Just no chatting, no whilst you're swimming, yeah?
Yeah.
Preferably not. I'm trying to stay afloat.
It'd be awful if we got the whole crowd to come swim with us and missed everyone else's set.
Yeah, we're not playing any tunes. Bring your armbands, bring your towels.
Brilliant.
I'll bring
Mass
my
exodus.
I'll bring my little JBL and we'll just put the songs on. That'll have to do. We'll just get on stage and our chunks will be like, right, everyone, now.
We'll see. We'll hold you to that. We'll find out how that goes down.
You're screaming at me right now.
Brilliant. So on every This Is the Music Meets podcast, we ask our guests a series of questions that are designed to be a little bit more sort of like light-hearted and sort of help the listeners find out a little bit more about the artist that we are chatting to. So the first question is, if you could have any musician, and it could be dead or alive, that join Cruz, let's say for the headline show at Network in November, who would you pick? Why? And we'll obviously throw this out to both of you. So yeah, who are you going to pick?
Any artist, dead or alive?
It can be any artist. Yeah.
Jamie, I'll rope.
Did you want me to go first?
You're going. I'm definitely going first.
Well, I think if we wanted like a cohesive, like, because you don't want to go to a gig and have genres too mixed up. So if I was gonna say like, for the enjoyment of the spectator, I'd have to go for like Arctic Monkeys, get them on there, because I think like they definitely had a strong influence, especially in our earlier stuff. We all love them. We all went to see them a couple of years ago when they did those Sheffield shows, and they're like, it'd just be such a class night, wouldn't it? Really, like it would. First of all, we'd probably get to meet them all. Like, I do see one of them occasionally, but I've never met all of them. So that'd be great fun. Having drinks in the green room with them, that'd be brilliant.
There's a theme going. Hang on, Jamie. Sorry, there's a theme going on here with you, isn't there?
I'm not an alcoholic. I promise. I just enjoy the occasional beer with friends every day.
Brilliant. Love the choice. Ethan, how about yourself?
Well, personally, I don't drink, so I'm not picking someone just for the pint. Who would I go for? I should have really been thinking whilst he was answering, but I was just enjoying it. I think because Jamie's gone someone that makes sense. I just think we should go for someone who'd just be a laugh.
He's gonna say Milburn, isn't he?
No, I'm gonna go a little. I mean, Milburn would make sense, but I think I saw Professor Green at Why Not, and so I'm thinking in this headspace. I'm gonna go with Dappy from N-Dubs.
I feel that. Yeah, that'd be
what
sick.
a mashup.
Dappy, if Talisa wants to come, the offer's extended. Praise as well.
What was it? What was it? She used to do that, wasn't it? Back in on
The
the
female
X Factor,
box.
wasn't it? Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
They're all living legends in my eyes.
Okay, so if Cruz were a Sheffield takeaway order, what would it be?
This is a new one. I've got one that's come to mind. Don't know about you, Eve.
What are you thinking?
I was just going to go with the old Munchies Munchbox, mate. I love a Munchies Munchbox. I don't know. There's Munchies in other parts of the world other than just Sheffield, isn't there? I think there's a few about. I don't know whereabouts you're based. Yeah, I think I've been on the website and there is a few, but most of the people listening have probably never heard of this place. But it's just your classic takeaway. I think. Yeah, the burgers, the kebab chips, and it's a box. You get a nice little box, and it comes with drink, chips, burger, kebab. And it just slaps. And yeah,
it is unreal. The only issue is
it's a big Sheffield thing.
And this is why I worry that we're comparing ourselves to it. Is how horrific do you feel after it, though?
Yeah, that's part of the experience, though.
That'd be like people coming to our gig going, "Yeah, class," but for like 2 days after, like I was completely deaf.
Yeah, no, it's more they were really hungover because they had such a good time that they came out
Yeah,
after with us for
yeah,
some
all
more
right.
drinks and then ended up in a kitchen at 4 a.m. and they just like, bloody hell, that cruise gig. That was a gig.
All of the munchies.
Oh, I just want to give a special shout out as well to Raj put on common side.
Classic.
Okay, so who in the band would survive longest on a desert island, and who would be the first one, I guess, essentially to get voted off first and leave?
I back myself, I'm not gonna
Jamie,
lie.
do you want to say the name of who's getting voted off the quickest?
The thing is
On three.
oh no, because I don't want to get it
On
wrong.
three. On three. 3, 2, 1. Thomas Cox.
Sam. Oh, I thought you were going for Sam for sure.
No, we
Do you know-
actually do like the other two.
The thing is, right, is Sam, like I've recently we've been sharing the drives to gigs and stuff, and so I've been driving his car, and I taught him how to change where the headlights are on his car, and he just doesn't he just doesn't know how things like he knows the basics of everything, right? But he never goes much deeper than that, and he's still learning so much to this day. And I just feel like on a desert island, he wouldn't have a clue what to do. I just can't see him doing well. I think Coxie could maybe kill a fish.
Can I give my reasons behind Mr. Thomas Cox, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
He's me on day one, and then he's fodder. He's just
that man
what I
can't.
mean?
He wouldn't be able to climb a tree with those knees.
Brilliant, great stuff. And
We do rock paper scissors for who lasts longer, Jay.
Between me and you,
We
I
just
think
rock. This
I've
isn't going to be good
watched
for
my
the
fair
audio.
share of Bear Grylls in my time.
Do you think?
Yeah, knowing me though, I'd probably stand on like a cone shot, fish, whatever it's called, the cone snail, and just die. I'd give it a good go.
I think as long as I've got my eye mask and my rain sounds to sleep with, I don't think there's much I couldn't take on.
For the mosquitoes for me, I think that's what would ruin me. I hate mosquitoes.
Yeah,
and they hate me. They do you know that there's some people that just get absolutely destroyed by mosquitoes every time. Always me, like I've got that blood type, and they just love.
you're just too yummy, man.
The mosquito to the mosquito world, you're the Munchies Munchbox, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, for real. Everyone's getting a bite. I bet they feel awful afterwards as well with the alcohol intake.
It might feel great.
Brilliant. And looking sort of really more on Cruz in terms of like gigs that you have obviously played, is there any like standout sort of gigs that you've done that have really stuck with you and you kind of like think, yeah, do you know what, we are onto something here as a band? It's people are connecting with us, not just obviously through the Spotify stuff, but more on that live sort of, that live environment.
Yeah, I think like the big ones for me have definitely been Manchester headliner that we did a few months back, the Sheffield headliner last year at Leadmill. They're the big two. Oh, Isle of Wight Festival, if we're counting festivals on this list. But all three of those, like, I felt like there was just a different energy to your standard gig, or like if we're on a sports slot, it was just like nuts and the room was bouncing. And I think when you see that and you're on stage, like the buzz you get is just nuts. Like it's incredible. I think every musician who plays live gigs will understand the buzz you get when you, especially like you finish your set and you're like, what the hell was that? You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, no, the Manchester one for sure. Like it was almost like we'd come back from a bit of a break and we hadn't played like a big show for a while and we weren't really knowing how it was going to go. And it was just such a good night. And yeah, I think everyone really enjoyed it. So that was definitely like the most recent one that comes to mind.
Yeah, sure. And any difference for you there, Ethan? Are you in agreement with Jamie on what
No,
he's said?
I think I'd really second Manchester's being a recent one. I mean, we had some time off. Sam was quite poorly, um, and was in hospital, and we were kind of forced to take, I think, about 4 months or so off. 3, 4 months.
4 months.
It was, wasn't it? We had to cancel loads of stuff.
We were off for like 2 months, mate, if that. It was after the Manchester show, though. So we got that one out of the way. We were meant to have Leeds off the back. That Leeds one got pushed back.
The one was after.
No.
Oh, was
Manchester was before, Leeds was after. Leeds got delayed 2 months. But yeah, we did have some time off. Like, I feel like that was a rough period for us recently. We'd come off the back of the Manchester show. It felt amazing because it was such a good show. Then, like a couple of weeks after that, we find Leadmill's closing down for certain, and we're gonna have to move our headliner. And then, literally, like a few days after that, Sam's messaged and been like, "I'm in hospital, getting ankle surgery. I don't know what's gonna happen." So we had that like phase of uncertainty for the past like 2 months. Then finally got back in action. Time for Leeds, the rescheduled show, and then why not? And now now it's smooth sailing. Now we're feeling back to where we were, but I think we lost a bit of momentum off of the back of Manchester with Leadmill and Sam's ankle, but there was nothing we could do about it. So we just got to move on, and it's going well. I think we're picking it back up.
Yeah, sure, okay. So if someone's just discovering Cruz for the first time through this podcast, what's the one thing that you would want them to know about the band?
Oh, the songs.
What an answer.
I just had to do it. I had to.
Oh, brilliant.
Guys,
no, on a real though. Help me out.
Mate, this is you said before.
Oh, one thing that I would like them to know. I think it's just we're all pretty normal people, down to earth. Like we're not nepotism children. We're trying our best. We all work full-time jobs, and most of our money is then spent on the band. So yeah, we're trying our best, and we're really trying to make it work. So I mean, everything, anything we can get in terms of support is really important to us. But yeah. That's probably the main thing. We're trying our best, and
just a group of mates, aren't we? Really, I mean, that's just four mates. Was just sort of like, I don't know if we were joking around at the start, but like, it was definitely something for fun and we're doing it because we love it. Like, we all. Our lives are sort of to support, our lives outside of the band are aiming to support what the band is and what we're trying to do. So, I think, yeah, just like we're probably just the most bog standard guys ever, but we're just like having a pop at it.
Oh, way bog standard, brilliant. Obviously, we've got the two gigs coming up. Obviously, Bridlington Spa, and obviously your big headline show at Network in November. But outside of that, what sort of other plans have Cruz got in store for the rest of 2025? What can we expect from you?
We've got Rock and Roll Circus the day after Part of the Sea, end of this month as well. That's a festival in Sheffield, Don Valley Bowl. We've got Reverend and the Makers headlining on the day we're doing, so that should be a really good day. I think we've had the slot free for that, and we're really excited for it. It should be a good one, and it's definitely a it'll be a good one for us as well to hopefully wrangle up a few more Sheffield-based fans for our headliner. This, I guess it's the winter now. It'll be in November, technically. This winter. But yeah, other than that, I think we've got a bit of work to do in the studio. We're going to try and get down and get some stuff written while it's a bit of a quiet morning period of festival season ending, where there's not too many shows just kicking off just yet. We'll hopefully get a few things outside of Sheffield in the coming few months, but I think we do want to focus on getting some stuff written and ready for next year. So, and definitely figuring out how we're going to make this headliner pop, So, yeah, no, it's going to be a good few months.
Brilliant, great stuff. Well, I certainly look forward to seeing, those few months, what they're going to be bringing for you, and definitely looking forward ahead to 2026. But Jamie and Ethan, unfortunately, that is the end of the This Is The Music Meets podcast. Thank you very much for joining me for episode 151. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you both, and I've had a really, really good laugh along the way as well with you both. But just before I let you go, could one of you be kind enough to let the This Is The Music listeners know the social media platforms that they can find Cruz on?
So,
Go on, Jamie. You take that, mate.
It is @band_Cruz on Instagram and Twitter. On Facebook, it is just, I think, I don't know if it's band_Cruz. I think it's band_Cruz as well. Same on YouTube, band_Cruz, and same on Blue Sky. Is it the same on all of them now? We might have changed it. One of them used to be different. I think that's it. Band_Cruz on everything. Should be able to find us.
great stuff. And look, we'll put those links in the episode bio, along as well with the link as well to the brand new single Hold On, and obviously the ticket link as well to the headliner at Network in Sheffield. Look, Jamie and Ethan, thanks very much for coming on and giving up your time. I really, really appreciate it. It was great to chat to you and to sort of meet you both virtually, and I wish you and
thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll meet in person if we're playing down south.
What an accent, what an impression. Well, you never know me luck. And I'll see if we can bring the Dappy and Talisa down as well for you.
If there's any strings that you can pull, pull them. Pull that, please.
I'll see what I can do.
You're my hero.
Brilliant. As I say, look, thanks very much for coming on, and really enjoyed that, and good luck with Hold On and everything else that you've got coming up, because it sounds like it's going to be an absolute blast for you boys.
Oh, thank you.
And all that leaves me to say is to thank everyone for listening to the latest This Is The Music Meets podcast. Please subscribe so you never miss out on any brand new episodes. And if you're loving the podcast, I would love to hear from you, so do please leave a comment. If you are listening to this episode on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, then stay tuned, because at the end of this episode, you'll be able to hear Hold On, the brand new single by Cruz. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for another This Is The Music Meets podcast. And remember, the future is bright, the future is indie.